You know how I am. I don't keep up with the current trends and all that bullshit and whatnot, so as you can imagine, it took me quite a while to finally find out about this 6-7 meme. It wasn't until I think like a week and a half ago I was in a Discord call and someone told me about this meme and I was like, well, I don't get the meme, but whatever. And then I started to hear about this meme elsewhere and continued to shrug it off until my mother, of all people, told me about this meme. She read an article and she was like, why are kids saying 6-7 now? What does that mean? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm 24 years old. I'm kind of out of the age bracket this kind of shit appeals to. And so that's when I finally caved. I looked up what is this 6-7 meme all about, and the first thing that popped up was a video of a bunch of like 12-year-olds at their middle school gym, I guess, watching a basketball game. And they were all saying 6-7, including this blonde kid who's like the face of this meme, I suppose. And yeah, needless to say, I still don't get it. I don't find the humor in it. I still don't know what the fuck 6-7 is supposed to mean. I don't know if it was like an in-joke between these kids that happened to go viral, and you know what? I don't fucking care. And this is the extent of my opinion on this meme. I don't care, and probably by this time next month, this meme will be forgotten like so many other memes in the past that kids were repeating to ad nauseum. And that's why I think a lot of the people who are complaining about this meme are, to put it lightly, very silly. Because in the comments under the video I watched, there were so many people saying, oh my god, humanity is doomed. This generation is so cooked. I really fucking hope that a lot of the people who are saying this shit aren't people who are around my age. Because do you want to know what meme was so popular around the time I was the same age as the kids in this video? The 21 meme. What's 9 plus 10? 21? I probably just unlocked a long stashed away memory for some of you. I was either 12 or 13 when that shit was big, and oh my god, I can still remember it so clearly. So many kids in my middle school classes would say that shit all day. 21, 21, 21, and you might say at least there was some build up and a punchline for that meme. Haha, this kid doesn't know what 9 plus 10 is. But come on, 99% of the kids who were repeating that meme just like that the kids said 21 in a funny accent. Vine was the brain rot factory of the early 2010s, and I find it so funny whenever Gen Z wants to posture themselves as so above Gen Alpha because they're into these stupid memes and love repeating them to ad nauseum. We weren't so much fucking better. The amount of times I had to hear, what are those, in school was insurmountable, and I wanted to bash my head into a concrete wall every time I heard it repeated. And what was so funny about that? Oh ha ha, a kid isn't wearing top of the line Nikes or Jordans or whatever the fuck else, because those types of sneakers are probably not within their parents' budget. Yes, very hilarious. Here's another one that was albeit very short-lived, but when it was popular, still very annoying. Everyone has probably forgotten about this meme at this point, and the only reason I remember it personally is because it is at the very end of an awful music video for an otherwise great Weezer song. Damn, Daniel, I felt so fucking stupid saying that, but that was another meme that was repeated so many fucking times in, I think, my freshman year of high school. I forget the whole fucking meme. It was another one that had something to do with shoes, but anyway, my age bracket is most certainly not above repeating stupid memes over and over again, at least when they were the same age as these kids, shouting out 6-7. So why should I lambaste Gen Alpha specifically for repeating a stupid meme over and over again, when I, someone who is on the older end of Gen Z, had to endure that same exact bullshit all throughout elementary school, middle school, high school? Everyone who had the internet and social media around during their adolescence were either repeating dumb memes that were popular when they were kids, or knew other kids who were doing just that. And especially if you were someone who was repeating 21 over and over again, or any of these other stupid fucking memes that were popular way back when, you have no right to complain over how supposedly stupid Gen Alpha memes are. If anything, I have a right to complain. Go on that Meverse archive site, you'll probably find posts from me complaining about the 21 meme back when that was popular. But even then, I'm like, I don't fucking care. If the kids want to repeat 6-7, 6-7 to their heart's content, then so be it. There are a lot worse things kids could be repeating and doing, so I don't see why I should care about this so much. And people within my age bracket should definitely know by this point that these kinds of memes that kids love to repeat oh so much typically have a very short lifespan. Like, for example, remember Hawktwa and how that took the internet by storm and was infinitely more annoying than this meme? Who gives a shit about that now? Exactly. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye bye.